All right, so a relatively simple concept called the average rate of change shows up in a lot of different places, and it's important. And let's just take a quick look at what that means. If I just draw a quick function here, um, and I want to know, like, from A to B, what's the average rate of change? Well, B is up here, like right there. Here's A right here. So as I look at this function, it's changing kind of fast here, slower. Now it's negative. Now it changes a little bit faster, then negative. But on average, how fast is it changing? What's the average rate of change? Well, if I draw a secant line connecting those 2 points and then take basically the slope of that secant line, right? This is change in y, this is change in x over that whole period. The average rise over the average run, basically. The total rise over the total run. That gives me my average rate of change, all right? And this is basically, this is x2, this is x1, this is y2, this is y1. So y2 minus y1, the change in y over the change in x, gives me my average rate of change. So let me get rid of this. And we'll look at this in a formula, in the context of a formula, okay? Because what I'm asked to do here in this question is calculate the average rate of change of cosine of 2x over the interval 0 to pi over 2. So I'm probably going to end up using the unit circles. Let me just draw a quick circle here. And we'll put in the values that we need to find on that. Okay, so here, I want the average rate of change, and that's going to equal f of pi over 2 minus f of 0, all that divided by pi over 2 minus 0. In other words, if pi over 2 is x2, this is x2, this is x1. So y2 would be f of pi over 2. y1 is f of 0. Okay, so change in y over the change in x. Okay, so what is f of pi over 2? So pi over 2 is going to equal, so basically f of pi over 2 is going to equal cosine of 2 times pi over 2, which can equal cosine of pi. And cosine of pi, well, pi is over here. It's a negative 1 for x value, y is 0, and this is cosine, that's sine. So this is equal to negative 1. And what is f of 0? Well, that's just going to be cosine of 2 times 0, which is cosine of 0, all right? And cosine of 0, 0 is over here, and that's 1 comma 0. And again, this is cosine, this is sine. That's going to equal 1, okay? So now, my average rate of change equals f of pi over 2, which is negative 1, minus f of 0, which is positive 1. So it's negative 1 minus 1, okay? And that's over pi over 2 minus 0. So this equals negative 2 over pi over 2, okay? So that's usually not an acceptable way to leave an answer, especially if it's multiple choice you're looking for. So we have to do a little bit of rearrangement algebraically. And think about this. This means divide by. So I've really got this equal to 2 divided by pi over 2. And divided by a fraction is the same as multiplied by its reciprocal. So that's 2 times 2 over pi, which equals 4 over pi. So that's a little bit easier. Oh, and I forgot, this is a negative up here. So I got to hang on to that negative. This is a negative. This is a negative. So the answer is negative 4 over pi.